Good morning! Muli po, welcome po sa ating subject na General Mathematics for Quarter 1, Week 5. So for this week po, ang topic natin is rational function, inequalities, and equation po. Pero bago yon, let's have the most essential learning competency. So after going through this video lesson, you are expected to represent real-life situation using rational function and distinguish rational function, rational equation, and rational inequality. Let's proceed na po sa ating lesson. So first po, let's discuss how to apply functions in real-life situation. So I have a situation po, ito po yun. So, nakalagay po dito, write a function C that represent the cost of buying alcohol A if an alcohol costs 155 pesos. So, syempre, magle-let po tayo dyan. So, from the given problem, ang gagamitin po nating mga variables is letter C and letter A. So, ang una po natin, let C be the total cost of an alcohol and then A for the number of an alcohol. And then, gagawa na po tayo ng function gamit po itong mga variables na to. So, paano ba yan? Ang sabi dito, kung magkano daw po yung total cost, yung C, magiging base po yon sa bilang ng alcohol times 155. So, ang simple lang po nun, kaya ito lang po siya. F of C is equal to 155A kasi kung ano man yung bilang ni A, ita-times mo lang po siya kay 155. Tapos, yun na po yung magiging total ni C. So, ganyan lang po, no? Madali lang. Tapos, anong uri po ng function yan? That is a linear function. So, let's proceed po. Example number 2. Another example po tayo ng real-life situation using function. The situation is, a commuter pays 20 pesos for a tricycle ride for the first 5 km and additional of 75 centavos for every succeeding distance, d in kilometer. Represent the situation as function. So, magle-let po muna tayo dito. So, let's see equals to the total cost of fare. Kung depende po kung gaano po siya kalayo yung tatakbuhin ng tricycle. And then, let D be the number of succeeding distance. Yung greater than 5 na po. Okay po? So, ang magiging function po natin is f of C is equal to 20 if D is less than or equal to 5 but greater than 0. And then, yung isa naman po nating function is 20 plus 0.75 times D minus 5 if D is greater than 5 po. Ang tawag po natin sa function na to is none other than piecewise function. Kasi there are two cases po 20 pesos lang siya pagka first 5 km and then nadadagdagan po siya ng 75 centavos pagka lumagpas na po ng 5 km yung layo ng tinakbo ng tricycle. So napag-aralan na po natin yung piecewise function ng atin pong week 1 lesson. Okay po? There is a comic strip po in your module. So, ang title po ng comic story na yon is Love in Times of Pandemic. So, ito po siya. One day in the barangay hall, so sabi ni barangay captain, to our honorable councilor, one of the problem that we facing is how to provide relief goods to our kabarangay. So, ito yung mga councilor. So, kinonfirm kung magkano yung mga budget. So, sabi ng isa, I just confirmed that Mr. Martin will donate 35,000 pesos. Mr. Bilardo made a pledge of 60,000 pesos. And then yung isa naman, sinasabi niya kung magkano yung total po ng budget ng barangay nila, which is 347,000 pesos nga daw po. And then, sinasabi rin niya na there are approximately 850 families po sa barangay nila. So, yan po yung first cut ng ating comics, no? And then yung second naman po is, pinapakompute niya na po kung magkano yung total budget. So, ang lumalabas nga po na total budget is 442,000. Sa nakuha yon pag inad mo po yung 35, 60, at saka yung 347. Tapos, it will be divided po equally dun sa 850 families. Yung approximate bilang lang po So, each family, magkano daw po yung marireceive. So, kung i-divide po natin yan, 442,000 divided by 850, each family will receive 520 pesos cost of relief goods. So, bibili ka ng mga relief goods na nagkakahalagang 520. Po pwedeng sabi dito, rice, canned goods, chicken, and hygiene kit po. Pero yung isang problema nila is that the number of families is just an approximation. So, yung 850 daw po, approximation lang. Kasi, pwedeng mag-iba siya dahil merong mga lumipat na at meron din namang mga nasa ibang lugar. Pwedeng na stranded daw. So, kailangan nilang gumawa ng actual number of families residing in the barangay. So, magsa-survey pa sila na, no? Pero if that will be the case, gagamit muna po tayo kasi talaga dito ng function to represent this problem. Kasi po, hindi pa po natin talaga sigurado kung ilan yung bilang ng family. So, ito po yung mga tanong na dapat nating sagutin na naka-connecta po dito sa problem na to. So, how much is the total amount of money the barangay can use for its relief? So, simple lang po yun, no? And then, what is the concern of one the barangay kagawad regarding the total number of families who will benefit with the relief? Do you think it is valid? Why? So, yung sagot po sa una, 35,000 plus 60,000 plus 347,000, that is 442,000. Nabanggit na po yan dun sa kwento sa comics, no? And then, yung concern naman po ng isang barangay kagawad is the number of families is just approximation. Valid daw po ba yung concern niya? Valid naman po talaga kasi hindi naman po talaga natin alam kung masasabi talaga agad kung ilan po yung total number of families sa barangay. Kaya nga 'di ba, kadalasan po nagse-set lang po ng bilang ang mga barangay kung ilang relief goods po yung maipapamigay nila. Hindi po talaga lahat nakakatanggap sa isang barangay. So another question po, suppose the official conducted a survey for 4 days to determine the actual number of families residing in the barangay and the secretary constructed a table to keep track of the data. Complete the table below po. So, ito po, yung day 1 po natin, 855 na siya. Pero yung day 0 natin, yung approximation po nila is 850 lang ang number of families. And then, nung nag-survey po sila uli ng day 2, naging 882 na siya. And then, nung day 3, naging 910 na siya. So, nag-iiba po siya, no? So, kung ganyan po yung bilang ng ating mga families, nagbabari, magkano daw po yung amount of relief each family will receive in those corresponding days po. So, ito po yun. Pagka 850 po siya, 520. Pag 855, 516.96. Pag 882, 501.13. Pag 910 ang number of families, ang marireceive na lang po nilang worth of goods is 485.71. Paano ko po nakuha yan? So, simple lang po. Yung total number po ng ating pondo, which is 442,000, dinivide ko lang po sa 850 para makuha yung 520. Dinivide ko yun sa 855 para makuha yung 516.96. Dinivide ko yung 442,000 sa 882 para makuha yung 501. And then, dinivide ko po yung sa 910 para makuha po yung 485.71. Yung kaninang situation po natin is, pinakita lang po yung problem using a tabular form. Ngayon naman po is, we're going to create a model or function that will represent the amount of relief each family will receive, but we have to bear in mind that the number of families will vary. So, since gagawa po tayo ng function, magle-let po tayo dyan. So, let A be the amount of relief each family will receive, and then N be the number of families in barangay. So, paano ba natin gagawin yung function na yun? Ibibase din po natin dun sa tabular value kanina. So, kung napansin nyo, paano ko ba nakuha yung 520? So, nakuha ko po yun simple by dividing 442,000 sa number of families na approximate number na 850, kaya nakuha po yung 520. So, ganun lang din naman po yung magiging function natin dito. So, ang magiging function po natin is f of a is equal to 442,000 divided by n lang po. So, ang ibig ko lang pong sabihin dito is mag-iiba po yung amount of relief each family will receive, depende po sa number of families in barangay. So, ito po uri ng function na to, ito po ay tinatawag na rational function. So, isa po yun sa mga most essential learning competency natin, di ba? To, to learn how to apply rational function in a real-life situation. So, yan lang po yung pag-apply ng rational function in a real-life situation. Example lang po yan. At this point po, let's study what is a rational function. A rational function, r of x, is a function of the form r of x is equal to p of x over q of x, where p of x and q of x are polynomial. Polynomial function and q of x must not be equal to 0. The domain of r of x is a set of real numbers such that q of x is not 0. Bakit po hindi pwedeng maging 0 si q of x? Kasi kung mapapansin nyo po, ito pong p of x over q of x is a fraction. So, ang fraction po natin, bawal pong maging 0 ang denominator kasi the moment na maging 0 po ang denominator, magiging undefined po siya. Kaya, kailangan daw po na si q of x daw po is not 0. So, balikan po natin yung example natin kanina na f of a is equal to 442,000 divided by n. So, di ba nasabi ko na this is an example of rational function? So, ano po ang ating p of x dyan tsaka q of x? So, syempre, ang p of x po natin is yung 442,000 and then, ang q of x po natin is yung n. So, ano pong tawag dun sa function na p of x? Yan po ay tinatawag na constant function. Yung nasa baba naman po ay linear function. So, based po kasi sa definition ng rational function, kailangan daw po na si p of x at saka si q of x po are both polynomial functions. Okay po? Let's have an example po of rational function. So, the following are example of rational function. Number 1. R of x is equal to x cubed minus 1 over x minus 1 where x must not be equal to 1. Bakit po na bawal maging equal to 1 ang ating x? Kasi tingnan nyo po ang denominator natin. So, ang denominator po natin is x minus 1. So, the moment po na maging 1 sa x, that is 1 minus 1 na po pag nag-substitute tayo, which will give us 0. Eh, hindi po pwedeng maging 0 si denominator. Bawal po yan. Bakit? Kasi magiging undefined po siya. Okay po? Kaya bawal po na si x ay maging equal kay 1. So, both numerator and denominator po are polynomials. Denominator has restriction because it should not be equal to 0 po. So, another example, example number 2, f of x is equal to 1 over x where x must not be equal to 0 po uli. So, the numerator is 1. 1 is a polynomial function po. F of x is equal to 1 is a polynomial function po with a degree 0 or other term for that is a constant function. So, the denominator is a polynomial function din po and it must not be equal to 0 po. May restriction po siya uli kasi pag naging 0 po si x, eh hindi na po siya rational function dahil magiging undefined po siya. Okay po? So, ganun lang po siya kasimple. Suppose po, another example po to, suppose daw po, if a benefactor wants to supplement the budget, yung given problem pa rin po kanina, no? So, supplement the budget by allotting each child by donating additional 650 per child. So, if each of x represent the new amount allotted per child, construct a function representing the relationship. So, ito na po yung ating magiging function. So, let h of x be the new amount allotted per child, tapos x po the total number of children. So, ang magiging function po natin is h of x equals to 100,000 over x, pero magkakaroon na po siya ng plus 100 plus 650. Kasi kung ano man po yung maging total natin dito sa 100 divided by x, lalagyan po natin siya ng 650. Kasi sabi po dito, donating additional 650 per child. Okay po? Kasi ito po is total po ito per child. Pagka 100,000 divided by x, dadagdagan po natin yung ng additional 650. Kaya ganyan po yung bago nating function or rational function na h of x po. H of x. Okay po? Let's have another example po of a real-life situation using rational function. A car is to travel a distance of 70 kilometers. Express the velocity as a function of travel time t in hours. So, ito po yung table niya, time or hours po, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10. And then, yung velocity naman po natin is per 1 hour, 70, 2 hours, 35, for 3 hours, 23.33, for 5 hours, 14, and then for 10 hours, 7. So, kung mapapansin nyo po, habang patagal ng patagal yung travel time, pababa naman po ng pababa ang ating velocity. So, gagawa na po tayo dyan ng function para makagawa, maglilet po muna tayo. So, let b of t equals to the velocity, and then t naman po is travel time. So, by the way class, pwede naman kayong gumamit ng ibang letter, yun nga lang, ito po yung ginamit kong mga letter kasi dito po mismo sa problem, nagbigay na po siya ng letter na pwede nyo pong gamitin. So, ito na nga po yung letter B, tsaka po yung letter T. Okay po? Now, let's proceed po. So, function na po tayo. Ang magiging function po natin is B of T is equal to 70 over T po. Okay po? Ganun lang po siya kasimple. So, 70 divided by T. So, mababago po yung velocity natin. Bali, 70 divided by 1 lang po siya pagka 1 hour, kaya 70 pa rin yung total. And then, 70 divided by 2 hours po siya, kaya naging 35. And then, 70 divided by 3 hours po siya, kaya naging 23.33. Tapos, 70 divided by 5 is 14. And then, 70 divided by 10 is 7 po. Okay po? Tapos na po tayo sa pag-aaral natin kung paano gamitin ang rational function in a real-life situation. At this point po, we're going to discuss na po para ma-meet naman po natin yung most essential learning competency natin, yung number 2 po, wherein we're going to distinguish rational function, rational equation, and rational inequality. So, ito po, discuss po natin yung pagkakaiba nilang tatlo. Ano ba ang kaibahan ni rational function, kay rational equation, at kay rational inequality po. So, meron po tayo ditong table o meron pong table sa inyong module. Ganito po ang itsura niya. So, ito po ang mga definition ng bawat isa. So, for rational equation, sabi dito, an equation involving rational expression. Equation po siya, so meaning we're going to use an equal sign. Depende po dito sa example. Katulad po ng example na binigay po, wherein x plus 5 over x minus 1 is equal to 1 over 5. So, kung mapapansin nyo po, since rational equation po siya, ito pong ating given po dito ay rational din po. May fraction po siya, ha? Yan, may fraction. Not necessarily na kailangan magkabila po yung fraction. Kahit isang side lang po, okay na. So, next naman po, rational inequality, an equality involving rational expression pa rin po. Yun nga lang, inequality na po siya. So, since inequality, ito na po yan. So, yan. X minus 2 over 5. So, kung mapapansin nyo, ito po yung ating rational expression. Sa left side lang po siya, which is x minus 2 over 5, fraction po yan. Tapos po, gumamit po tayo ng inequality symbol, which is yung greater than nga po, equal to 3. So, yun po Now, ano naman po yung rational function? So, ang rational function naman po is a function of the form, na-discuss ko na po ito, na f of x is equal to p of x over q of x, where p of x and q of x are polynomial function. And q of x must not be equal to 0. Okay po? So, ito po, mapapansin nyo po is that, ito na po siya, may function notation na po siya. F of x is equal to x squared plus 6x plus 8 over x plus 4. Again po, meron po tayo ditong rational expression. Ito po, yung ating pong parang fraction. Tapos po, kaya po siya naging function kasi meron po tayong function notation. Pero reminders po na yung f of x po natin po pwedeng y lang. Basta parang nag-involve po siya ng two variable, x and y, function na po yun. So, yun po yung kaibahan nilang tatlo ha. So, let's discuss po. Let's have an additional example po on how to distinguish rational function from equation and inequality po. So, determine whether the given sentence is a rational equation, rational function, or rational inequality, or none of the three po. So, example number 1 po, x plus 5 over x minus 1 equals to y. So, napakasimple po niyan. Ano po ba siya? Rational equation, rational function, or rational inequality? Tandaan lang po natin na meron din naman po silang similarity. Ang similarity po ng rational function at saka rational equation is gumagamit po sila both ng equal sign. Ito po, so equal sign. So meaning, ang choices na lang po natin dito, it's either rational equation po to o rational function. Ang kaibahan naman po ni rational equation kay rational function is that rational function uses two variables po. Pwede pong any two variable na a, b, o kaya ang common nga po is yung y and x. O kaya naman po kung hindi po siya gagamit ng y, yung function notation po na f of x. So meaning dahil meron po tayong y dito, number 1 po is definitely po a rational function. Next, number 2 naman po, square root of 2 over x plus 1 less than equal to 3. So, kung makikita nyo po kagad, gumamit po siya ng inequality symbol. So, automatic na po kagad sasabihin natin na rational inequality po yan. Pero, hindi po siya rational inequality. Bakit? Kasi po, gumamit po siya ng radical sa numerator. Okay po? So, ito po yung explanation sa inyong module. So, this is an example of rational function because the symbol y is also a representation of function x or f of x. Sa number 2 naman po, none of this because square root of 2 over x plus 1 is not a rational expression. Okay po? Now, at this point, sagutan po natin yung mga independent practice po sa inyong module para mas mapag-aralan natin kung ano ba ang kaibahan nilang tatlo. So, supposedly dapat kayo lang po yung magsasagot nitong mag-isa eh. Pero, sagutan po natin siya ng sabay, ha? So, number 1 po, ito po pala yung mismong given. Determine whether the given is a rational function, rational equation, rational inequality, or none of this. So, number 1 po, 1 plus x over x minus 2 equals 4. So, gumamit po siya uli ng equal sign. So, definitely po, rational function na lang yan or rational equation. Pero, dalawang variable po ba siya? May nakikita po ba kayong y? Wala, 'di ba? So, ang sagot po natin dyan sa number 1 ay rational equation. Next, number 2 po, 5x greater than equal to 2 over 2x minus 1. So, obvious naman po, gumamit na po kagad siya ng inequality symbol. Tapos, meron naman po tayong rational expression na 2 over 2x minus 1. So, definitely po, si number 2 po ay rational inequality. Next, number 3, f of x po equals x squared minus 7 over x plus 2 minus 3. So, kahit po may minus 3 dito, basta meron po kayong isang rational expression. So, ito po yung isang rational expression natin. But this time po, although gumamit po siya ng equal sign, gumamit po siya ng function notation na f of x. Kaya po, si number 3 po ay rational function. Okay po. Next, si number 4 po, equal sign pa rin po. Tapos, may hint pong nakalagay dito. Remember that y is also represented by f of x. So, may y po tayo dito, di ba? So, kahit nandito yung 3, pwede naman natin niyang ilipat para talagang ma-rewrite natin siya. Wherein yung y po ay nasa kaliwa. Pero, ganyan po, since may 2 variable pa rin naman po siya, ang sagot po dyan, rational function. Okay po? Now, ito naman pong number 5, gumamit po siya ng inequality symbol which is less than. Tapos, meron naman po siyang rational expression na x plus 1 over 2. Kaso lang po, meron po siya uli ditong radical. Kaya, ang sagot po natin dyan is none of this. Okay? Sagutan na rin po natin ng sabay yung independent practice number 2 po sa inyong module. So, ito po yung given. Determine whether the given is a rational function, a rational equation, or a rational inequality, or none of this. So, for number 1 po, we have y is equal to 3x squared minus x minus 1 po. And then number 2, so sagutan muna po pala natin si number 1. So ano po yung tingin nyo dyan? Rational function po ba yan? Rational equation or rational inequality or none of this po? So, sa inyo pong module, nakalagay po doon, rational function po sa answer key. Pero ang sagot po dyan, none of this. Bakit? Kasi po, this one is a quadratic function po. Kasi kailangan para matawag natin siyang rational function, dapat po meron tayong rational expression or meron tayong fraction. Pero wala po kasi tayong fraction dito, kaya hindi po yan rational function. So, yan po ay function lang. Anong uri ng function? Quadratic function po or polynomial function. Number 2, 3 over x minus 3 equals 2x over 2x plus 1. So, meron naman po tayong mga rational expression, no? So, meron na po tayong fraction. Tapos, gumamit po siya ng equal sign. Tapos, ilang variable po yung makikita nyo? Isa lang, which is x lang po. So, yan naman po ay rational equation. Next, number 3, automatic po nakakita ka na ng radical sign. So, none of this na po yan kagad. Bukod sa wala na nga pong fraction, may radical sign pa. Number 4 po, x plus 5 over x minus 5 equals x squared. So, kung mapapansin nyo po, meron pa rin po tayo ditong rational expression, which is yung fraction nga po. Tapos, gumamit po siya ng equal sign. Ang variable po natin, x lang. So, number 4 po is a rational equation. Then, number 5 po, gumamit po siya ng inequality symbol na less than or equal to 2. Tapos, meron naman po tayong rational expression dito. Ito po yung x minus 3 or fraction form. Isa lang po yung variable na ginamit natin. So, rational inequality po. Okay, so yan po yung mga sagot para sa inyong independent practice number 1 and number 2. So, for this week task po, syempre, gagawa po kayo uli ng journal writing number 5. Pag binuksan nyo po yung module nyo, ito po ay parang nagkaroon ng dalawang lesson, no? So, yung una po nating lesson is how to apply real life situation nga po. How to apply rational function in a real life situation. So, ito po yung una nyong journal writing. Sasagutan nyo po yan. And then, yung pangalawa naman po nyong journal writing for this week is yung how to distinguish naman po yung rational function, rational equation, and rational inequality po. So, dalawa po yung gagawin yung what I have learned. Pero, isa na lang po yung gagawin yung written output. Yung tungkol na lang po dun sa pangalawa nating most essential learning competency. So, ang gagawin nyo lang po is magbibigay lang po kayo ng mga example ng rational equation, rational function, at rational inequality. Tagli-5 po. Okay po? So, i-upload nyo lang po uli yung mga sagot nyo sa link po na ibibigay ko. Okay po? Yun lang po. Time to say goodbye na po para ngayong week 5. Thank you po and see you again sa week 6 po. Bye-bye!